cool cats, cool dudes, and Junior Furpo's moustache. Welcome to this. We All Love Leeds, the show where we discuss our love of Leeds. As always, you are joined by my main man over here. I got it right. Sorry.
I'm over here.
The main man is over there. How you doing, sir?
I'm very, very well, sir. How are you?
I've been a lot worse.
Yes, I have. Yeah, definitely. Football speaking, it's definitely been a lot worse.
It's been a good day.
It's
been a good
cooking
day.
nicely.
The pot is brewing in a all the delicious ways. Anyway, we're gonna get to our loyal viewers. Evening all, ups and ups, same old problem, wasted easy chances though. That must be Bremner's ghost, the man known as Jimmy. How you doing, sir? John LUFC Garside. Lodo still calling him Luff Garside. Criminal. Every Friday. Good evening. Also saying Tom must be finishing his chicken wings. It's not true. I have cheesecake. All right, I have cheesecake. Anyway, but no, I was late because
It was my fault. I had technical difficulties.
Oh, Ben, I was going to take the heat for it. Don't worry.
No, it's good, mate. I own my own shit. I had to unplug my computer. I just unplugged it. That was the quickest way because it had a froze moment, and then iTunes was playing in my ear, and yeah.
Russ Morgan, Mr. Wrestling, Mr. 888 on Heist. Good to see you, sir. Glenn is here. How you doing, Glenn? Good to see you. The one and only Pink Cushion, otherwise known as Ian. How you doing? Ange B is in the house, representing the Mr. Arsenal podcast for the evening, I believe. How you doing? And I knew you'd be eating something. Well, yeah, I do have the fat disposition of someone that eats a lot, yes. So
I've got some chewits.
Yeah. Tell a lie. I've actually got cheesecake, a sandwich, and prawn ball.
A cheesecake sandwich?
No, I had cheesecake and a sandwich and the prawn ball that I didn't eat last night. But
has the prawn ball been refrigerated?
I can lie and say that it has. But
I wouldn't eat it, Thomas. I wouldn't eat the prawn ball.
To be fair, I'm in the dungeon. Like, it's pretty cold in here.
On your head be it, son.
At worst, I'll get a couple of days off work.
I suppose.
Anyway. It's not true. I'd actually still go in if that was the case. I'm stubborn like that. Plus, I like money. So, there you go. And I'm bigger, Tom. Don't worry. You said it, sir. So,
what we got installing, kiddo?
Well, it's the same thing we have every week, Pinky.
No, it's not. It's not every week we have a double game installment. I know we had one last week.
That's true, but it's not often we have double wins. Although we have had that for a few weeks. Spoiler.
Yeah, it's getting a bit. No, I'm not going to say it. Right, I've watched a couple of shows over the weekend, and comments are going, "It's getting a bit boring this winning." No, it really isn't.
It's not.
Don't count your chickens before they've hatched. You know, let's carry it on.
Winning is never boring. Plus, who are we to say that? We don't have the record or the history in the sense of we won a lot for a short period of time in the scheme of football, in the history of football. So I'd actually quite like to continue winning football matches, really. More than we don't. Just cool. Everyone's entitled to
their opinion. A lot better, doesn't it?
It does. Yeah, you can walk into your group chats and be all like, "You're right, lads, won it." Yeah, again, they're all going on about Arsenal beating Southampton under 18s or whatever. I'm like, first team.
Newcastle drawing with Bournemouth, and yeah, it's like
yeah. But I did get a from one of our very own, Russ Morgan, did send me some content. And as usual, and Ben can attest this, if you send me something, I will put it on the internet. 99 times out of 100, it will go on this show, and because it saves me time. And we got some. I know we don't usually discuss it, but I've got some news from the world of women's football. Wolfsburg have signed Minge.
I've seen worse, Minge.
I've seen worse too. Hairier too. Anyway, wait, what? Anyway, sorry. I said too much. Anyway. So good luck to her, of course. Glenn says I Farker gave them all 3 days off for rest, recuperation, recharge. Yeah, they've done a lot of travelling. Do they still not do the planes, Ben?
They do the planes, so technically, what they're in the hour and air. They're in the air an hour, so it's just all the bullshit before it, innit? I don't know if I suppose they'll have a quick haze through checkout and stuff at airports.
I mean, they're not sat in uncomfortable.
I would say it probably takes longer for if you was to set off the same morning to go to Old Trafford, with that up by coach.
Yeah, you're probably almost certainly right. You know more than me anyway. Seems. If I knew the question, I probably wouldn't have asked it. There you go. Hawkwind here, the sausage man, and yeah, good evening to Troy. Hawkwind's known as Troy, but I've never called him Troy. Anyway, sorry, it's a bit of lore there. It's time for our Sunday roast. Must be a special Sunday roast, seeing as one of the gentlemen on it is in the second segment today. Anyway, we'll start in Sheffield, a bit local to, well, not to me, but local to you and Leeds. How it feels supporting the Sheffield club this season? Can't imagine it's great. But I've also got the Simpsons depiction, or they predicted Sheffield United versus Brighton today. Yeah. And then because of this, co-host Ben basically then sent me some more content related to this particular contest, where he described it simply as that.
I actually made that. There's not a lot to it really, but I just felt like just explaining that shit.
Yeah. But you've also predicted their future as a yo-yo. At first, for about 8 seconds, I was like, "Oh, cool. What is this?" And then I realised, "Oh, it's a yo-yo." But yeah. Why not? I know, Hawkwind. I know. Anyway, right. But speaking,
I'd like to see Chris Wilder's Premiership record, Premier League record.
Not great. He did have that good first season.
I just sometimes feel that when it comes to the management game, there's a lot of people who steal a living and they just go from club to club and they never do anything. They're just shit. And he'd be one of them.
Say what you like about the likes of Allardyce, Warnock. More often than not, they are successful in the short-term task that they are asked to perform. As in, for example, and that didn't necessarily work with Leeds, but at the same time, when Sam Allardyce or Warnock is like, can you keep Huddersfield in the Championship? They survived. Not everyone's remit is win the division, because it's not realistic with what you have.
It's quite mad how he went from being a promotion manager to a relegation survival expert. I think it hinged on when he came to us, Warnock. And then after that.
Yeah. Can Ben tell me what FC stands for after Sheffield United? I have no idea. I mean, I assumed it'd be a football club.
PC or not PC?
If we swap with the blunts, do we still want Hammer? No, I don't want to associate myself with losers. That'd be harsh of me, because that was my immediate fault. It's like, I'm by players on the way up.
No, I don't think we need him. I don't think we need him. I think we've got better than him already, to be honest.
I'd only want to buy players that are a significant improvement on what we already have.
Definitely.
But again, Bielsa used to say that, and look where it landed us. I mean, I still think he was right ultimately in that. But beat Leicester Friday's game on. Wouldn't get in the team. It's hard to say because he was good with Coventry in a team that wasn't expected to do well. But then he's not good in a Sheffield United team that weren't expected to do well. So, I don't know. But speaking of terrible football teams, this Burnley fan here saying, thank goodness Sheffield United's ineptitude has taken attention away from our horrendous performance this season. Which I believe it has. It very much has. No one talks about how terrible they're defending it. If only Farker had taken over for Marcelo. That's true. It's true. Speaking of that, who calls their ineptitude this weekend? Arsenal and Mbappe have reached an agreement. They've agreed it's not going to happen. So, but this did make me laugh. I don't mean to rag on Arsenal, this last one, but someone on Twitter did ask, apart from saves, what did Alisson have over Raya? Surely saves is the main metric in this debate. Surely. I'm not saying it's the entire thing, but it's a pretty core part of it, wouldn't you say? It'd be like, apart from goals, what has Lionel Messi got over Patrick Bamford?
I think that the answer to that one was beard wax.
That's true. It's a fair point. That's a fantastic beard there on the right. Slightly less. Do you know Bayern Munich lost again today?
Yes, it's the highlights are right there. Bayern lose third game in 9 days. Bochum 3, Bayern 2. Harry Kane realising he's going to be trophyless again.
You know, Bayern Munich turned into Tottenham Hotspur so gradually I didn't even notice. But also on the Spursy note, we do have live footage of the highlights of Wolves versus Tottenham yesterday.
Well done, Mark's team. Well done.
Yeah. Eight caught it as you see it, and they got the win. Double dipped them. Leeds second with 69 points. We're doing very well. We are second, yes. Is it just me or does Mbappe have an index finger like Inspector Gadget? Sorry, Ben. Got to go back. Fucking hell.
E.T.
Jesus Christ. That thing, it's almost bigger than him. Anyway, what?
Go gadget finger.
That's exactly what happened, yeah. Bayern who? Bayern fools. Wow. Only a couple more promise because I'm getting to the meat of the action, right?
It's getting like the stoop.
Yeah, exactly. Just a blank against Chelsea. This is all the fantasy Premier League players this weekend. He's got a blank against Chelsea, but he's still got to play Brentford. It's still good. All the people that triple captained him. He was like one of the most triple captained players apparently, and got nothing. But speaking of Man City, speaking of Man City, in every knockout competition ever, oh boy, playing vastly inferior opposition. That's where I'm a Viking. How do they do it? How do they always manage to get the easiest possible draw in the Champions League round of 16? It's incredible. I know it's random. I know there's not actual cheating, but it's just incredible. And last one, everyone. What went wrong with Mason Mount? Norwich got relegated. The only team he ever scored on, apparently. Anyway. So, on to the midweek. Like blue envelopes for the Bitcoin. So we go on to And I discovered this only this week, Ben. It's called the Swansea.com Stadium now.
It is. It used to be the Liberty, did it?
Yeah, I assumed it still was, but it's not.
Have you managed to go on Swansea.com?
I try to avoid it. What do you make of the surrounding area, Ben?
They've got a lovely canal. Nice car park. Bit of greenery, I suppose.
I wonder if a ball's ever landed in the water from a game. If anyone's
I suppose back in the day it would have done.
Yeah.
Or is this new? They used to play at Vetchfield, was it? Was it Vetchfield?
Yeah, it's only in like last sort of 20, 30 years, I think.
Yeah, can someone confirm that?
If Brownie turns up, I'll ask him. He's like our Welsh football expert.
It's definitely nicer than Cardiff. Have you ever been to the Cardiff Millennium Stadium? It's just like they picked a space in the town centre and parked it in the middle. The stands overhang Topman and stuff. It's like crazy.
They were like, just get it up in time for the Rugby World Cup. That was all they cared about. Got Rugby World Cup, even though every other game's in England, but sod it. We'll call it Wales host nation. But anyway. Obviously, this is the inside, the interior of the pitch. And yeah, I've got some comments, which I thank you very much, Ange. And Swansea is nicer than Cardiff. Imagine my shock. And does anyone want to sponsor our stadium, please, Bowl? Yeah. I mean, they're sponsoring their own stadium, aren't they? And it'd be like calling your house the Ben House instead of the Bet365 house, like everyone else in that. Anyway. Hello, Spencer. How you doing? Good to see you. And yeah, went to a couple magic weekends at Millennium Stadium, and it was the Vetchfield.
Thank you.
It was the Vetchfield. It's our Swansea lined up. For anyone that cared. I can't help it. I've got OCD. I have to put up both. I have to put up the symmetrical thing for the other team. But yeah, they had Cabango, Matt Grimes, obviously. I wonder what his mum made of Tuesday night, if she was able to see it, which most people weren't in that second half. But more on that later.
I stoutly switched over to LUTV on my visual radio.
So this is how we lined up the match, okay? And I know what you're going to say. But don't worry, I'm prepared for it. Don't worry. So what do you make of Bamford in starting lineup, Ben?
I'm not going to hit on him. I mean, a lot of people have hit on him. You can't help getting injured, can you? His body's older. It's going to take a hit. We'll just see when he's back. He's done all right.
Sad for him.
Yeah, it was. Look, it didn't prove to be anything, did it? I thought we missed him yesterday, though.
I mean, despite what actually happened on Tuesday, I think it's quite obvious that we actually play better football with him up front as opposed to Piru.
I just feel Ruter's got someone to hold the ball for him, you know, and he just plays better, doesn't he, when Bamford's there, as opposed to Piru.
Yeah.
But luckily, Swansea just gave us space everywhere, so we just play our own game.
Yeah, no, that's fair. Obviously, this is how they lined up, and I don't know what they were actually attempting to do with this because it came undone quite quickly.
Yeah, I think they're just playing spread out.
I love it when teams do that, though, because you can, generally speaking, I could be wrong here, but you can generally tell how the game's going to pan out based on the first 2 minutes of how that team, the opposition, comes out. If they come right out, we're going to have a nice day. If they sit on that low block, it's like, God, we've got to run this quicker. The sooner the better.
Yeah.
So this is how we actually initially lined up. Obviously, we then got this information. Bamford injured during the warm-up. I wonder what actually happened to cause that. But so Peru came in. And then, again, this is how we actually line up for kickoff. So, I feel it's a solid lineup. It's nice though that when a player like Bamford importance to the team, you can then go, right, here's our £12 million replacement.
Yeah.
Or whatever it is.
I feel the only player we don't have cover for is Ruter. Like, sufficient cover. I know you can juggle it around a little bit, but we don't have a 10, do we? Just to stick straight in.
Is this the Scarborough Blind and Guide Dog Appreciation Society? Why, yes, it is, Mr. Greenwood. Please come in. Hello. P Plus Centre. And percent of the that's getting specific. I don't remember the championship being this, but no, it's just because we were the Swansea. We were the team that finished first and second turn over. With respect to our club at the time. Sheffield Wednesday, when they were going for promotion, beat us 6-0.
Brighton 4-1. Norwich 4-0.
Yeah. So it's our turn to basically dish out
Watford's
these whoopings.
3-0.
Exactly. I mean, there's too many to name, too many to mention. But anyway, so we kick
I do
off
remember
the game.
going to QPR though and winning 6-2. That was a good day in there, mid 2000s.
That's QPR though. They're terrible. They're even worse.
We was terrible.
Anyway, so getting to the game. Some pinball in the box, and it finds its way to Somerville, who just goes, all right, bosh. Obviously, big deflection. Don't care. Doesn't matter how they're going. He's like, goal. Yep. Oh, sorry. Goal. Swansea tweet, basically. Goal. Yeah. What did you make of our start, Ben?
Electric. I love it that we score in the first 15 minutes.
Do you feel a lot of our bad away days have come from allowing the opposition to settle into their low block? Which they can't do if you score on them in 10 minutes.
Yeah.
But as I may have said to one of my family members, you know what would be a lot colder than 1-0 is if Nonto then plays Peru through to score again 120 seconds later. So 2-0 is a lot colder, Ben.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah. To which Swansea were like, oh, Peru doubles the lead. And it was like, yep. Which they're used to typing his name, obviously, because he scored for him about 45 times or whatever it is. So I wonder if they typed PR and then like the autocorrect function.
The auto, yeah.
was like, oh, do you mean Peru? It's like, yeah, we do. But that must be really annoying for them. I mean, I don't care that it's annoying for them, but it must be that it's like.
But what was more annoying is they had to bypass all the pictures they had of him in their shirt and find one of them in ours.
Yeah. And so obviously 2-0 up, really nice. Something I did notice in the game, in the 29th minute, there was an applaud for one of their fans. Unlike the 2 minutes at Bristol City, the game literally stopped and everyone just started clapping for this lad. It was nice, but I was fascinated by it in the way that the players were clapping as well. And it was like, oh, okay. So they took my advice, as in, like, why don't just stop the game? I mean, it was really handy for us because we were 2-0 up. So the clock kept running, and that makes me sound like a massive dick. But anyway,
Dick.
yeah.
I don't endorse him, honestly.
But
thoughts go to the Jack's top boy, his family. I've forgotten his name.
Yeah.
And that's
no, of course. His actual name is Chris Brown.
Well, like the rapper.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I suspect he was a bit kinder than the rapper. I suspect.
Yeah. Like Rihanna a bit better, maybe.
Yeah. Oh, he'd have treated her a lot better. I'm pretty sure of it. You guys are on a good run. I wonder if you can catch Leicester. We'll find out on Friday night, Sam.
Well, I have this. I suppose I'm not the only one that's just got half this eye on. If we beat them and then they draw with Southampton, it's 4 points. I don't want to lose to Southampton. I'd rather they both lose 2 points. It's better for us. Or my dad's saying we'll just let Leicester win, but I think 2 places to chase better than 1.
That's true. I think ultimately we are better off if Leicester do beat them. Because
ultimately, but a draw won't hurt us.
Nah. Unless it does. Whatever happens, man. You just got to sit and watch it.
All we have to do is win our games.
As
KG found yesterday very hard to understand, and it took him about 10 minutes to get the logic of this. If we win all our games, which includes the game against Southampton, which cancels out their game in hand, if we win it, we go up.
Yeah, that's true.
And then KG decided to go, well, what if Southampton win all theirs? Then we don't win all ours because they beat us. Took him a while to get that logic.
Yeah. Bless him. Play for Hull to get a result against the Saints. It would be nice. Again, no, this is the thing with the Championship. It's very easy for form to turn on a dime. I don't really want Hull to get a run going either, because they've got an attack that can hurt people too.
They're very inconsistent.
Well, yeah, they lost to this Swansea team.
Yeah.
On last week. This time last week, they were coming off the Swansea had beat Hull. But yeah, you're 100% right. Inconsistent, yeah. I don't know about that.
Would you rather have had let's have a look. Leicester obviously peaked early.
Yeah.
But they peaked enough that they're comfortable right now. And then Southampton have sort of peaked middle, and now we're peaking later. Whose peak would you rather have?
It's always better to finish strong, generally, as an adage. But ultimately, it doesn't reward it. The league it's just 46. Whoever wins the most out of 46, isn't it? No matter when or what point. The problem is that it's just Leeds United's luck that we happen to get relegated into the most competitive Championship ever. Because usually just one team just goes straight out in front, then the second team is just slightly worse off, but also out front. But now there's 3 of us, maybe even 4 of us, with respect to Ipswich. But
well, they're still in it. I don't fear them as much as the other 2, but they're still in it. They're still,
because if
we slip up, they're there. You know,
we can't.
Yeah,
they get results we can't affect. Ultimately, like that. I don't think anyone takes them seriously, which is a problem for us because we took them seriously twice. But everyone else just seems to go there and think, oh, they're a newly promoted side. We should just breathe through them easy. It's like, they're going to beat you if you do that. They've got Keith for more up front. He knows where the goal is. But anyway, back to the game. Charlie Gray just decides, while standing next to Willie Gnonto, this is how fast Gnonto is, because when he actually starts off this move, he's practically side by side with him. It's not in the photo, but he was. And then just, races onto it, skips out onto the inside, then goes through his legs, goal. It was fantastic. And then Leeds with their, I wonder how many views this tweet has now. Because when I snapped it I think it was about an hour after the game, Leeds tweeted, Willie sticks it in. Willie sticks it in. Yeah, that was something. For context, Peru's won 100,000 views. Somerville's first goal, 100,000 views. Willie sticks it in, 2.5 million views. It's a little bit more. Because he stuck it in, I suppose. But anyway.
I don't get the world of social media. I really don't. I don't care for it, to be honest.
I think it went all.
Have you got an Instagram
picked
account?
Up on it.
Do you have an Instagram account?
I have, but I don't use it really.
And a Snapchat? I don't see the point in that thing. 10-second photos.
Again, I have it, but I don't really use it.
I've got Facebook, but I only have that for the sake of Messenger.
Stay outside till they. Right. Of course, there's basically, this is it.
I don't for 1 minute think we're going to win every game. It's just. It'd be nice. It really would be nice, but it's very unrealistic. Yeah.
It's unrealistic. It's naive, but the reality is you've got to try and win every game, because if we drop less, it's who drops less points, right? If we drop less points than they do from this point on, we'll survive the battle and we'll go up. But anyway, Swansea were like, okay, goal in 35th minute. No, extends the lead 3-0, to which one of their fans, High Five Dave, wrote, too easy, like a training match for Leeds. Remind us what defenders and midfielders did Swans sign in the window, or was it just 3 wingers? I have no idea who they signed. And then obviously Josh Hope pops up again with, how's that Willie tasting? So 3-0 at half time. In my opinion, most complete Leeds 45 minutes of football that I'd seen this season. I thought it was fantastic. Just glorious, magical stuff. It was beautiful. In second half, Nono put through again, to which buries it in the corner, and we obviously get. They didn't even bother making a pun this time, but just.
How many views did that get?
Sorry.
How many views? 105.
Yeah. They were like, nah, too many eyes on us. To which, again, Nonto, to which Josh Hope again pops up with, you seem to love Willie going in your goals. It's like, that makes no sense grammatically.
Yeah, I would have stuck Willie sticks it in the other end.
But people may or may not have noticed this man popped up for all 4 goals, to which someone wrote, you've replied to every post in seconds. Just a bit sad though, ain't it? To which you wrote, football banner, innit? It's like, I don't know, bro. Those notifications going a bit hard. To which someone else for a Leeds fan went, I apologise for him. He should direct it to Southampton. I was like, at what point is someone going to say something to this lad? As soon as the goals were going in, you could tell it. You just got the feeling he was like headed straight for the other team's Twitter. I mean, it's kind of what I do, but after the fact. Anyway. Doing CB, good to see you. And Westgate, Jimmy's organising his piss up for in 3 months' time when he pops up. That's if he gets a header, to be fair. Yep. Oh, they changed the song. That's cool. But obviously
the song.
Yeah. I don't remember this being the lyrics.
I think Jimmy changed the song. I don't think they changed it.
Oh, all right. Okay, that's fair enough. Says he's all got arthritis in the hips. Ello Anders, how you doing? Good evening, CB. And they still sing that crap song. My issue with the song isn't anything to do with racism. I just think it's lazy. I just thought it was.
It's very lazy, but until Ian writes a better one, we're stuck with it. I'm one of these. It's all right, morning.
Yeah.
Do something about it. Write your own.
I mean, nothing beats the Furpo one. Salt, pepper, and Furpo. Come on, magical. Anyway, Sky will fuck it up if it's a promotion game against the Saints. Barely past the watershed yet, so being nice. Okay.
I didn't say you should, but why moan about it?
Shit. To be fair, I had a discussion with Ian about it before, and I said, like,
I'm just playing with Ian. I know Ian's up for it. Of course he is.
Yeah. Haven't seen you guys like to
no
well, thank you very much, CB. Very kind of you. Obviously, I don't know. There's various ways people watch the matches. I happen to be watching it through Sky. Would have been Sky Sport Football, I think it was. And then for some reason, a meteorite landed in Swansea or something like that, which then meant, well, we got these sort of things, as in Leeds scored again. I couldn't tell though, as it looks like I'm some sort of horrendous acid trip on my TV. And Cody Leeds wrote, what a goal from not know? Probably, I'm assuming. I couldn't really tell. For anyone who hasn't seen what it was like, I may have took the liberty to take a photograph of the footage. Couldn't even see the apology.
I had plan B, so I was all right.
I was very pleased when they did say, we've moved it to Sky Sports Arena. I was like, that's great. Can you go back 20 minutes in time? Instead of like, so I won't have a seizure next time I try and watch Leeds vs Swansea or something like that. It was disgusting. After all those years, the chant that Sky TV is shit, and which isn't lazy, because it's true. All right, it's factually proven it is shit, based on the fact that you can't tell me that's not shit.
Not only is Sky TV shit works for Sky TV.
Don't worry, brother. We'll get there. We will get there. Casaloco being mad in the requirement of Leeds. Hello, you slags. Hello, Alonso.
Is that Alonso? Hello.
Yeah,
Hello,
yeah,
Alonso.
that is Alonso. Yeah. So obviously, the game petered out at that point when we got our camera footage back. Farker shakes Luke Williams' hand. We win 4-0. It was ruthless in South Wales, to be fair. The Swansea obviously just wanted to go home. Don't blame them. Obviously, with that win, we officially became the biggest club in Wales. Seeing as half our team, it feels like, played for Swansea.
I didn't like I was a Swansea podcast, and I didn't like being called Swansea 2.0. But what fucking point are we Swansea 2.0? They're shit.
Half our players.
Got a few of their players.
Quite a few of our players used to play for them. It's like, why didn't you make better use of them?
I took offence to it anyway. I just thought, no.
I've took offence to lesser things, to be fair. So I'll give you that. Obviously, we usually have our customary. I don't know what you'd call it.
He looks stoned there. He really does.
Yeah. It was actually I thought it was quite a bit sad because Bamford was with him, and then he starts going, "Oh, he called it no party, no Piru," which I think is meant to be the wrong way round. But anyway, and Bamford like sauntered off. It was like, that's a bit sad. I mean, I don't care which of you score, in all truth.
Obviously not invited to that party.
No, definitely not. Absolutely no way. I mean, could you imagine going to a Jorginho Ruter party?
I think it'd be cool. I like the guy, me. He's just happy, and he makes you happy. It's infectious.
He strikes me as the sort of individual that he's enjoying playing football and just being left to it.
I think he's got. I mean, I could be wrong, but he's got some form of ADHD or.
Oh, clearly. Yeah.
Either that or it's a lot of monster.
When Farker's not looking, presumably.
He's got some horses out here, anyway.
He has.
Got some horses.
He owned a good horse for marketing. He had a name that I recognised anyway, but I can't remember it now. But Luke Williams, in his interview after the game, I just thought it was fair to say, we got blown away. We have to learn to play football at a higher intensity.
That's what you get for looking like Ten Hag.
I'll put it back up for you. And obviously coupled with... I'll go back to that. But obviously, these are the stats for the game. To be fair, that makes it look like they were more in it than they were. In the first half, it was criminally ruthless of us. They did come out more in the second half, but how could they have got much worse than their first half?
Oh, you couldn't have got worse.
Nah, exactly. Couldn't have got worse. And we punished them for it. That being said, look at the results for that match week. Where, as you can notice, eagle eyes out there will notice Bristol City beat Southampton.
That game getting better and better.
Oh, it was beautiful, wasn't it? Like,
they've scored. They've scored again.
I try not to watch. It's like, like when you don't want to look at the score because you know at any second it's just going to go 0-1 to Southampton. But then one of the commentators mentioned it and went, "Oh, Bristol City have scored." I could not have gone on to 401, the Sky Channel, any quicker.
I've got on my visual radio. I can split screen, so I had it on the littler one. In the bottom corner.
Yeah. One of our feeder clubs, Swansea, and then basically, I've got a visual representation of what happened on Wednesday night, which is basically, we're creeping up on them, baby. We're creeping up on them. Well, we do actually jump over them briefly, but yeah. So, yeah. That being said, I believe there's a second game this week, sir.
Where was that?
I'm glad you asked, Ben. But before we
better be a nighttime vision. I remember what I asked for.
Oh, about that. I did look for different images of the stadium, though. I made sure that I basically flipped up the page on the Google thing.
Oh, you mean you went you overlooked the first one?
Yeah, exactly what happened.
You went to more images.
That's exactly what happened. Bristol made Saints look bigger tits than Lucy Pinder. That is a 2004 reference, if ever I've heard one, sir. But if you don't know who that is,
Jimmy, was you happy when she finally got them out, or was the mystery better? I remember when she finally got them out.
I remember the big deal they made about it. You'd have thought
it was bigger than the deal they made of should Jordan get plastic boobs, and everyone said no, and she did it anyway. And now look at it.
Yeah. And got on Brian Flynn.
The son's better looking.
And hello, Stefan. How you doing, sir? And Lusty Lucy. But quickly before we go to Home Park, did take the liberty of, and it actually coupled in something you sent me, Mr. Ben, where basically I saw do you know who plays on Friday night if Leeds aren't selected? And it's actually true. If Leeds are not selected for Friday night. It's Friday. You know what that means? West Brom are on TV. Leeds and West Brom never. I think both our games are Fridays this year, were they not?
Yeah.
Could be wrong there. Anyway, and you had an issue with this gentleman.
Oh yeah, the teacher's pet, the grass arsehole. You obviously didn't see it, did you, Tom? But when Corberan got just before he got sent off,
I saw the incident, but I've not seen the extras.
Oh, you must have heard the scream from Russell Martin, and he's dancing in the air because Corberan touched the ball. And I just thought it was bad sportsmanship, and he's a grassing twat. And I now have a scenario that's going to play out for him. Is they're going to be just ahead of us because of their game in hand up until Ellen Road, and then we're going to condemn them to the playoffs, where Carlos is going to get his revenge at Wembley and beat them, and then he'll get sacked because he's shit, and he looks like Ryland.
He does look like Ryland. Oh, I forgot one of them. He does look like Ryland. It's like spit. I think the nose is smaller. His nose is bigger than Ryland's, I think. But you're right. You're right. They are similar.
It was a toss up between Ryland and General Zod, but General Zod's got a slight thinner beard. So
Neil before Zod. Yeah, of course. But that I think that changed the game a lot. And I know that sounds really silly because people go like, "Oh, manager weren't playing anyway." I'm like, but he ain't there to do the tactical. It's all
Corberan's quite efficient on the side of the pitch. He's an active manager, and he's not as bad as Arteta, right? But...
Well, I was about to say he stays within the rules, but evidently he doesn't because he's sent off for it.
But... No, he kicks the ball. Yeah, look, the referee saw it. He saw it. It was the right decision, but there's no need to the way he acted, grassing him up.
No, you're exactly right,
like
Ben.
A prefect.
Bloody hell. And yeah, Posh is Peterborough by nickname. That's based on them. I'm sure it came up when we played them in the cup, but there was like an article written about them in like 1920 or something where they called their players. They merged with a team called Posh something. It was something like that. It's out there on the internet if you can find it. But anyway, so we're back here.
Not bad.
I don't know why this photo. This sounds really silly. This photo looks like me to like the helicopter shot you'd get at the start of an episode of The Apprentice. It's like 14 candidates are here at Home Park to try and get the job or whatever it is. But yeah, just all right, fine. This is the inside of Home Park. That must be the Leeds end. I don't know. I know they have good support. To be fair to them.
That must have been a rare shot. That sunny day in Plymouth.
It must have been taken during a pre-season friendly on the hottest day in August or something. Has to be, because the actual shots of the match are all hidden behind fog.
It was actually rented out for a farmer's market that day.
That's the one. That's exactly it. Go back to our episode on Leeds at Plymouth, not Plymouth, Peterborough versus Leeds. I'm pretty certain I found that out during that. But anyway, because I remember looking for it. Why are they called the Posh? Anyway. So that being said, this is how they turned out for the first, what would you call it? Our fourth time we've played them this season, right?
Yeah. And fair play to them.
Every week, Ben.
Fair play to them. We've not rolled them over once.
Not in 90 minutes, no.
No, not in 90 minutes, no. In that 30 minutes when we brought all the big guns on and they were knackered. Yeah. Fair enough, but you've got to hand it to them. They give us a good run. It was a bit nervous yesterday, wasn't it, at times?
That's where I got it from, CB. Thank you for that. I just forgot the specifics. But no, Ben, you're right. You're 100% right. Based on the squads we have, we should be destroying them, and we haven't. So, it's credit to them. You're 100% right. And spoiler, I don't think we played particularly well yesterday.
No. Look, we battled, didn't we? And it was the finishing. Basically, we put our 2 chances away, and that was it.
Yeah,
And
basically,
we did restrict them to. We restricted them to crosses and whatever. But other than that,
yeah,
they didn't make it easy. They put up a good fight.
I don't think they put a glove on us when they were in a position to get it onto the game, like actually put their foot on our throat. They didn't. But then when we actually got in on them, it was done. We killed it.
Yeah.
But Plymouth could be a decent sized club at the catchment area. I think it's the investment that they don't have, though, is part of the issue. I think because they're run very. I think they're owned partly by an NHL player, if I remember rightly. I could be wrong there. Or he's like an investor. It's something along those lines. I don't know the player.
Seattle Kraken.
I'll have to look.
Sort of goes with the pirate ship, doesn't it?
That makes sense. Yeah. What a name to give you a team. Anyway, so we go with their lineup. Obviously, Darkoji Abbey can't play because he's on loan from the parent club. Adam Forshaw can't play because he's Adam Forshaw. I don't know why.
So they played Adam, whoever it was, instead.
Adam Randall.
Adam Randell.
I'm sure he scored a goal against us in the cup game. I'm sure he was the one. Could be wrong. Is Con related to Eden? He might be one of the brothers, yeah. Obviously, we are unchanged from following the Bamford change, obviously, just before the Swansea game. I see no reason to change a team. 4-0 away last time out. So, perfectly fine with that. Plymouth decided they were going to wing back us to death. And to some degree, they nearly did, to be fair to them. The 2 lads on the wings, Miller and Sorinola, I thought they were quite good, to give them their due. If they had a little bit more quality, they could have punished us.
Actually, had a good game.
Yeah. And obviously, this is how we line up in the same way we do every week. And I'm quite fine with that. So, game starts. I like their graphic for when it started. They used our badge. Very nice of them. Here we go. Get into the.
It actually says "Here we go." But, yeah.
Oh, thank you. I thought Miller and Phillip played pretty well. Yeah, they didn't really have anyone that didn't play bad. It was just we're naturally better at football than they are. And I don't say that to sound horrible.
Us in first gear was enough for them in third.
Yeah. Which, to be fair, 2 weeks ago, we all suspected would be the case when discussing the cup game and then coming back here.
But it was a potential banana skin.
Yeah. Which I'm glad we navigated. Like,
I mean, seasons past, we would have lost that game.
Yeah. Bielsa team would have lost that game. And I don't mean to say that to disparage the man, but how many matches under that man's stewardship did we dominate the ball, dominate the territory, and lose 1-0? So, ultimately, the game starts off. We had 95% possession in the first 10 minutes of the game, I believe. It's either 5 or 10 minutes, which tells you a lot of how the game started out. We then got Ruter decided to do an up and under. He thought he was playing rugby. The ball is controlled, though, by Willie Nonto, who his control took the bounce of it, took it over the defender, to which he then runs around the side of him and just buries it in the corner. What a lovely way to start your Saturday.
Really sticks it in.
Yeah, he did stick it in, but only to the 160,000 people that saw the tweet. They've not quite managed that difficult second album yet, have they? With the viral tweet. But that being said, I'm so wrong about Farke as things stand. He's impressed me in different ways. What ways has he depressed you, man? Sorry, Ben, what was that?
It's a good photo to use if he's ever wanker of the week.
Oh God, he's like, wow. Okay. It just hit in my head that you picked that photo, so it's absolutely fine. I ain't got to put any work in for that. Anyway, fantastic. So obviously their tweet, it was bizarre goal because they should never have. This is the one thing they really got wrong on the day, Plymouth, was that they could not let that man have the space that he had in that moment of the match.
Well, like the full half of the pitch.
Yes. Yeah, basically. I should have actually got a photo of it, but he's literally on his own with no one near him for at least 15 yards. And it's like, you're just begging
for this. He had time to make a cup of tea, didn't he? You know?
Yeah. But again, have a look again who's basically in there straight away, camped in the Plymouth Twitter. It's that man, Josh Hope, again.
We're going to have to give him a section, aren't we?
I'll just have to pull his tweets on a weekly basis, yeah.
Josh Hope's tweets of the week.
Yeah. He'll start thinking, he'll go, why are you stalking me, man? I'm like, that's what every team in the Championship probably says about you, mate. But anyway, so he does his celebration, and they look like the goalkeeping gloves I had when I was 7 or something like that. I don't know. But Ruter hits the post, to which Josh Hope weren't on this one. He only turns up for goals. I've since discovered. So he hits the post, big deflection to the post, fine. They got comments such as, what is that defended again? And why are we scared of them? Stop backing off. They listened to him in the second half, because in the second half, they were on us like flying shit. To their credit. Our tweet was like, it's the post sort of thing. I thought his performance was really poor, personally. And I say that as someone that I like him. I want him to do well. I thought
Somerville was as well. Which is I put down to the presence of Bamford. Helps his game.
That's a fair point. I felt they were all getting frustrated with each other because the amount of times they were trying to make these moves, and again, you could be right here. Like Bamford would pinpoint it to someone, or he can move the chess pieces around for us. Whereas when it was like Firpo trying to do it to Somerville, and then it would just go out to the side for a throw in, and then Somerville would look at him like, what the fuck? And I'm like, you're all doing it to each other. Like, stop it. But I don't know. Anyway, so it goes half time. Willie separates the two. So anyway, yeah, whatever. So I don't think that worked. Obviously, in the second half, over an hour played. To say they grew into the game was an understatement. I think they were a better team in the second half, if being honest. Even as Ipswich fan, thought was quite a likeable bloke, and I hated him when he was at Norwich.
I thought he was boring. And
I found him quite smug.
I found him very acceptant of defeat in the Premier League, like it was no biggie. And you've got fans that don't think like that, you know. I get he didn't have a budget, and I understand why they were getting beat every week, but the fact that it was just, oh, we got beat again, was a bit nonchalant, really.
I'm going to go back on. I'm going to make my past Tom, 2019 Tom, sound like a right prick, because I thought he was really smug, and in hindsight, he had every right to be smug because his teams in the Championship are really good. His teams in the Premier League are the opposite because, but in fairness, like you say, he shouldn't be so accepting of defeat. But I personally, I'd be like, what's he expecting to happen when they're giving him Championship teams in the Premier League?
Well, yeah, it was clearly a business strategy from Norwich because, let's face it, they were nearly bust until they sold Maddison.
Yeah.
And then they went up unexpectedly. So they got a nice payout from Premier League money. So let's not spend any. Let's go down and get some more money. With a Championship team already there, you know, keep Buendia. Let's go up again. Get some more money.
Yeah.
And then they maybe tried a little bit harder, but failed miserably to stay up.
They could still end up in the playoffs, despite the fact that they've been universally considered to be terrible this season. They could still get sixth. But we'll see how that pans out. Tom describes every month. Oh, thank you very much. Finished early to come watch your show, mate. Thank you, Brownie. What question did we have for him earlier about Wales?
Betchfield, was it?
Yeah. Oh, my apologies, Brownie. You did get answered by David. Yeah. No, that's fair enough. We were wondering what the original Swansea Stadium was before they moved to Liberty and then called it Swansea.com. But Leicester and Southampton grab a taste of what you get.
Cardiff's was Ninian Park, I think.
Ian wants to know, do you think Willie has grown? I think Willie has doubled in size this season.
I think he is erected into a fine young gentleman.
Yeah. Yeah. Some more vigorous performances from Willie and we'll be all right. Norwich's run as a business model. Willie's got then he added to Jesse's skinny core formation. Wow, just straight in there, absolutely straight in there, like a greyhound, mate. It's beautiful, beautiful thing of beauty. Thank you, Stefan. Obviously, we rode the wave of Plymouth pressure, and Peru puts this beautiful pass through to Ruter, where he then pulls off the very rare in football double nutmeg.
Double megs.
He nuts the defender and the goalkeeper. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful.
Did anyone think he should have passed it before he shot?
I'll tell you what, we can.
I did. I thought the chance has gone here, you know, and then it went in, and I was like, all right.
I thought he could probably, at this point, probably go outside the left boot and play it to the left, and he'd be in. So, yeah, you're probably right. Especially when you consider he did not play well up to that. In between him doing the assist for Nonto and that moment, he was not good.
And he'd had a similar chance where he missed, so...
Yeah. And obviously we are not sitting here, we're not digging everyone out like some other teams or their fans do. The reality is I can just accept that player did not play well, but I understood why they kept him on because of that second goal. He is a player that is capable of doing fuck all. He's capable of doing fuck all for 89 minutes and then he has one moment of magic.
That's all he needs.
Yeah. That's why he doesn't get subbed when he's not playing well.
That and there's no one to put in his position.
There is that as well. I'll give you that. There isn't one online. Ofcom has no say, I don't think. That's all right, Glenn. We won't brass even if there was. More people in Plymouth since the Spanish Armada came calling. Will he solid in the box? He'd need to be to stay there.
That's the best one, Ian. I'm giving Ian it.
It's a hard one, that, because I'm still.
That's a good one. That's shrewd. I like it. See, I don't just give you jiffy, you know.
Well, this isn't the BBC shit, for fuck's sake. Well, we are discussing. We're living on though. Anyway, wait, what? Anyway, so obviously, goal. I mean, he doesn't score nearly enough because I like seeing his happy face in the goal graphic.
I think I put the same amount of S's in my text to my dad when we scored.
I do enjoy our excitement when we do score. I will say. Obviously, in their mind, over on Plymouth Twitter, they wrote goal for Leeds. Rutter scored. Visitors won the ball back, broke loose. Rutter picked the ball up in the area. Blah blah blah. To which they got the response from Echo LEFC with, "You've been rooted." But I did get some more tweets because I was like, do you know what I actually was considering doing at this point? I did consider messaging Josh Hope and go, "Are you all right, mate? We've scored and you're not here. Yeah, are you alive? Did you have cardiac arrest or anyway?" We've been poor. This was actual Plymouth fans for the most part. We've been poor today, but good result. Obviously, this is a Leeds fan. Good result with this stand. Get Sousa. Honestly, Filthier, we don't deserve 3 points from this second half. I won't go that far. I thought we defended really well. Just everything other than keeping the ball out of our net was poor. But honestly, Filthier, surely that's not an Argyle mistake leading to a goal. Could never be us. I know the feeling from about 10 years ago. Surely he's not allowed to pick the ball up. Sloppy possession, lost again. 5 seconds later, concede goal. And that's when we're at our best. They don't even have time to regret their poor decisions. And the ball's in the net. Perfect. I didn't even put in the miss against Swansea where Nonto was 1-on-1 with the goalkeeper for 3-0 and missed. It's one of the worst misses I've ever seen. From the time he had and just... But still, it don't really matter because we went on to smash him and...
Hindsight's a great thing.
It really is. It really is. BBC only slightly shit in the sky. Bollocks to the teletax. Done with the BBC age ago. Different times moved on. Indeed. And then Mr. Ben sent me some footage of this happened in like the 91st minute.
Which, as you can see from the next shot, it is the area, the penalty, which we got a free kick for.
Yep, I was going to say, Leeds Twitter wrote, Dan is wrestled to the ground in the penalty area. The whistle goes for a free kick.
But he managed, and I know the ball did go out, but he managed to see Somerville from 50 yards away that the ball had gone out. But he couldn't see that he was over the line in the area when he was 10 yards away.
I think the only real reason that can be a free kick is it because they were
because it started outside the box.
Yeah.
Yeah, but which referee uses that rule anymore? Nobody.
I've no idea, but that's the only way I can even justify it without incompetence.
I didn't give him Wanker of the Week for that because that was his only real cock up. I know Plymouth were moaning about him, but he wasn't actually a toss ref. As far as toss championship standard refereeing goes, he was.
I don't think he did anything that negatively impacted the outcome of the contest.
No.
Plus, in all fairness to him, he still stood out there in Plymouth on a Saturday afternoon in winter. Like, hasn't he already suffered enough? Without
Maybe
being
the rain
declared
was
the
in his
wanker of the
eyes.
week. Yeah.
Those only one
And for
wanker of
anyone
the
who
week
wondered, that
yesterday.
free kick hit the bar, by the way, and it was a fantastic free kick.
It did.
To be fair to
And
Dan
for
James.
anybody who saw the rarest thing in football yesterday as well, Ilhan Meslier caught the ball.
I thought he had a very solid performance, in fairness
He
to
did,
him.
but he caught the ball. It deserves a mention.
Yeah. If I remember rightly, he actually did a punch on a corner, and it was a genuinely strong punch. Like, so I'm not going.
Yeah.
He had to punch it. Like, I'll give him.
Yeah, he did. Yeah. And then it came
We
back.
get annoyed at him for the benefit of people on this show that may not know, like, the law of things we say. We get annoyed when he punches it when he could catch it.
Mm-hmm.
But on this occasion, he punches it out. He got good distance on it, but based on the territory and that, they end up getting the ball again, and they put a cross in immediately, and he just rises up like a salmon. Or he leaps like a salmon.
It was a difficult catch.
And caught it. Exactly. Very good.
He's had a lot easier catches and just...
Yeah.
But anyway, one goal in God knows how many hours of football. In bad.
No, you're all right, Ben. You're all right. So obviously that was the game. Excuse me. Shocking moment when he caught the ball. I was notably surprised too. Not enough to actually get a photo of it, but I was surprised. Winning run continues. I believe that is 8 league wins in a row, is it not?
It's 8.
Yeah. To which 15 clean sheets.
24 points on the
division.
bounce.
Yeah. The Sky Sports Player of the Match, although he's smiling there, yeah, do you know, he was so sad with his own performance, in my opinion. He didn't want to do the let's go. Until...
I'd give it Ampadu yesterday.
Yeah, I'd give it to a defender more than an attacker. But it's because he got a goal, assist and a goal, though, isn't it? Is the reason they gave it to him.
Well, yeah.
But he did not want to do the let's go. He walked past the camera, to which then I think it's Piru then turned around and went, "You're not going to do your thing." And then he turns around and goes, "Let's go!" Brilliant. A highlight of my week, just sitting there watching his finger, and that's the one. Snap.
Waiting for it.
Yeah. So
that's a meltdown if it don't come.
Yeah. You'll get a message, me going, "He never did the thing, Ben." I don't care. He's not done the thing. We're not doing the show on Sunday until he does the thing. We're not doing it. I don't care. I'll be a diva about it. I don't care. Anyway.
I'll get in touch with you and get a personal one for you.
19 goals scored. Thank you, Ben. 19 goals, 1 conceded. That's in the league, or is that in 2024 in general? No, it's
in the league we've conceded.
Yeah. As soon as it left my mouth, I knew I was wrong. Ruskies, how's it going, Stefan? And again, Southampton did win on Friday night. I can't remember if we actually said that. So, but we crept up on them again. And hopefully we'll continue to do so until we're just very far away from them. The results on Saturday. Actually, forget that for a second. Because Ben did send me some excellent form sheets where basically this is for the pre-3 o'clock kickoffs, because our game kicked off the lunchtime kickoff, and Southampton played the day before on the Friday night. So Ben was like, "This is the form guide for the past 5 games."
Which is obviously us.
Yeah.
But I did this because everyone's been going on about their 20-odd game unbeaten run. And so I thought, I'll do 20 and 30 game form guide and see for yourselves.
Yeah, sure. This is for 20. Obviously, it says 20. It's very tight, but still. This is 30.
And then after the game, isn't it?
Yeah. Now, obviously, ask Ben if he could find the ones from after the the 3 p.m. games. So obviously that would then update the results for Leicester and Ipswich to my recollection. And this is how it will show up. Last 5 games, it's all Leeds, baby. Obviously, last 20 games, it's still Leeds, baby. And 30, kind of Leicester, but this is how tight it is.
Eric, but if you go back to the 5 game.
Sorry, say it again, mate.
Go back to the 5 game. What I didn't notice actually is
Sure, yeah.
We've been calling Hull inconsistent.
Oh no, they've been creeping up on. This is what I was saying earlier. Like since they've bolstered their attack in January, they are grinding out points. And I mean, obviously they're not here now, but they've obviously ground out enough where they can be a playoff contender. Because obviously this 5 games is basically the equivalent of just saying since the transfer window shut.
Yeah.
Oh, they've got to come to Ellen Road though. I mean, all these teams have got to come to Ellen Road, apart from obviously Norwich, Birmingham, Preston have been there. But you get my point. Is that we have a generous fixture list, but we had to suffer a harder fixture list earlier in the season, so it all works out. Farmers final Wembley. It would be funny though.
Who's got the best tractor? Mine's a Ford 300. Mine's John Deere.
Oh, and so, hang on, here we go. Which is a big seaport.
I've got the matching boiler suit to match.
Yeah.
I've got it. That farming, whatever it simulator.
I've heard about that.
It was free 1 month. It was free 1 month, so I downloaded it.
Yeah, why not? So this is how it played, and obviously Hull, if I remember rightly, Hull conceded equaliser in the 92nd minute, and then went and scored a winner in the 94th minute. So I'll say they've got attackers now capable of grinding points out of nothing, basically. Birmingham beat Sunderland with Sunderland's former manager, who they sacked 3 months ago, Tony Mowbray, which obviously is a bit of Schadenfreude, or Schadenfreude, whatever they call it in Germany. Anyway, we've got the midweek games, which are basically the odds on, what do you call them? The make-up games. Suffolk don't speak with a West Country accent, Ben, but it's very Bristol of him.
It's only farmer accent, I know.
Ipswich are at home to Rotherham. So let's be fair, they are probably going to go level with us. But again, it's important to note there was a time when they were like 10 points in front of us. So we've done well. West Brom have now got to do the trip down to Plymouth in the fog. And obviously we hope that Hull can take a pound of flesh out of Southampton. Even a draw would be nice.
Have Southampton got to go to Sunderland? Because that's their equivalent trip, I'd say. Or Middlesbrough.
I'll tell you what, I'm going to look at it. I'll look at Southampton's remaining fixtures. That usually... let's have a look. So after they play Hull, They have their trip to Anfield next week. They've got Sunderland at Southampton. They've got Middlesbrough at Southampton. On the 1st of April, they go to Ipswich.
It's not as far for them, though, is it? I know it's up and then right.
They've already gone to Sunderland, unfortunately.
So
Do you know what? They lost 5-0 there, if I remember rightly.
Yeah. You're looking at Preston, Sheffield Wednesday, Rotherham. They're going to be the furthest trips for them now, aren't they? So
they've got to go to Cardiff.
Leeds.
Their away trips are Cardiff, Blackburn, Ipswich, Leicester, Liverpool in the cup, and yeah, that's it.
Blackburn's far away. I suppose Cardiff is. So
yeah, obviously the weekend games. Leeds are obviously Friday night. Oh, there's 2 Friday night games. Okay, but one's not really damn.
It's not West Brom, is it? Leeds.
I did wonder what if West Brom have been moved to Saturday morning, because of course they have. Stefan, it's the final game, Leeds versus Southampton at Ellen Road. We need to be in a situation where we're in front of them, where we need a result to get a result. Yeah, so we have Leicester at home. Where do Ipswich? Ipswich at home to Birmingham. So we'll see how all that pans out. Let's have a look at the table as it sits currently. You have obviously the gap is 2 points. Yeah, it is looking that way. Sky already salivating at it. That being said, I think it's time for one of my personal favourite segments on the show. It's time for Wanker of the Week. This week's Wanker of the Week is
Don Goodman. Self-explanatory this week. It was 1-0 Leeds, and for the first 20 minutes he was all right, but then they started to grow into it, and he started to get hope, and he just begging until we scored a second for them to equalise, to the point of I've turned over onto LUTV again because I can't stand listening to the prick. So he got my wanker of the week.
Okay.
And as you can see, he's about to hit vinegar stroke.
He's probably reading those Leeds tweets about will he not know. So I love that one. Something like that. But yeah, I personally,
it's not our fault, Don. You were just never good enough to play for us. It's not our fault. It's yours.
I will say this though. I believe Ipswich played. Did Ipswich play West Brom on the Saturday morning kickoff, a couple of weeks ago? Right. I typed Don Goodman into Twitter, and the amount of Ipswich and West Brom fans that were giving out about that man. Like, he's so biased against our club. He hates our club. He's always hated our club. Oh, fascinating. It's like,
I can understand it with West Brom. He played for Wolves.
Ipswich fans would get like, he never gives us anything. He never talks us up. He never talks about our brilliance. It's like, no one should talk about your brilliance. What are you talking about?
I do think Inchcliffe's worse, though.
This is my thing. In my opinion, I don't think he was that bad on Saturday. What I think he was doing, again, you send anything as wanker of the week. It's your thing. I'm going to put it up. I think he's been far worse towards us. I think
but it was just, you know what I mean by the way he was talking. You could see him begging for that ball to go in, and it was just annoying me. And I just thought, you just made my decision.
There's an element of him, Ben, that I think they want him to do that because they want him to make the match seem more exciting, right? And the best way to make that match seem more exciting is for the worst team to score. Because if we score and it goes 2-0, it's game over, and the only people that are going to watch it are Leeds fans. Whereas they want it to be like, or
I
something in
will
the
say
title race has happened.
he's not as overly critical of individual footballers like Hinchcliffe is. Like Hinchcliffe would teach Messi how to score. Do you know? It's like
Don Goodman was not that bad though. To be fair,
he wasn't a bad
Like,
player. I remember him.
He was perfectly. I could buy more him acting like he was a player, even though he doesn't. He like to give him his due. But yeah, no, I cannot. But there have been times where I listen. I think I was going to say when Leeds played Wolves, but obviously he played for Wolves, so of course that's going to be the case. But there are times where you do sit and listen to him, and you think, like, mate, what are you?
It was the Derby game when we were 1-0 up and we just battered them. I mean, battered them. Like I've never seen Leeds batter a team. And we missed chance after chance after chance. And he was just kept repeating, it's going to come back to Horner. He was begging for it, and he was just critical of everything we did that day. But the only thing we didn't do that day was score more goals. Yeah. There was nothing else to be critical of.
It was like trying to will it in.
And then obviously Derby scored late on, and it was 1-1.
Yeah. No, so yeah, that being said, the Ben Wanker of the Week is Mr. Don Goodman. Congratulations, sir. Your award is in the post. It's not in the post.
Because you can't put the award on, can you, mate?
Go see Willie Nonto for the award. I don't know. Oh, that's spicy. So yeah, just some quick things before we go. This is our the form guide. Basically, they're outperforming what I thought they would do. To be fair, Ben can still get his spot on.
I don't want to get it spot on. I'd rather be. I'd rather Leeds win.
Yeah, but we both basically think this is going to be a draw. I think a draw would actually be a fairly good result in the scheme of it, because, like you say, points are going to be dropped between now and then. And if you get a point off Leicester, you've probably done well in this way the season's going. So, yeah. Other than that, though, we'll see how that pans out. We do have one
Borough
more
can get 6 points off, and we can.
Ben made that. That was very good. I think it'll be one of the most watched matches in the Championship this season, other than the final day. And even then, that's going to come down to Leeds and Southampton being televised, I suspect. But anyway, it's time for the Mr. Tom question of the week. The Mr. Tom question of the week.
It's the drum roll.
The last time Leeds United lost to Plymouth Argyle was on the 9th of April 1989. Who started for Leeds that day?
Go on then. Have you got the right? Mervyn Day,
Yep.
Neil Aspinall, Noel Blake, Mike Whitlow.
You're running through these. Neil Aspin, Noel Blake, Mike Whitlow. Yeah, correct.
Yeah. Who's that a picture
3 in the
of?
midfield. Sorry, sir.
Oh, you've right. So David Batty, Gordon Strachan. I can't even see what that is.
It is actually the name of the player. It's the same name as the player.
Can I have his initials?
AW.
Andy Williams.
It is Andy Williams.
Right. So I need GS at the back, which was. I'm thinking Gary Speed, because he was in that similar to it. But
Lynn has it.
Glenn Snodding, yeah, and his brother Ian.
Yeah.
So I need CF.
Jimmy's got that.
Chris Fairclough, yeah, cool. That's it, done.
Yeah. For some reason, I don't. I just realised, oh man, I'm the worst proofreader ever. I didn't realise Dice John's actually put the names of the attackers instead of the initials. And yeah, I proofread it and went, yeah, it's fine. You know what it is? Because I was laughing at the Andy Williams thing. Oh, John. Amazing. I think he does it to test whether I proofread it or not. And it's like, I do, but I'm just not good at it. If you do something that I'm laugh at, I'm going to pay attention to the thing that I find funny rather than the things after it that we're not. Anyway.
Russ got a question this week. He's still with us.
Russ, are you still alive, mate? All games kick off same time on the last day. Could be a mad one. Yeah. Hello, Russ.
Hello.
Do you have a question of the week this week? It's okay if you don't. But we're all here having a party, so a bookie that isn't good at reading the fine print. No, I just don't read it. I mean, no, it's not true. I do. My question this week is a bit subjective. Okay. Is it who is the best second place team at the moment out of Arsenal and Leeds? Because it's clearly Leeds. We've scored 19 league goals. Last 5 players to play for Leeds and Plymouth. Darko Giabi.
JB.
Forshaw.
Did Jonathan Douglas play for Plymouth? Or was it Ipswich? Can't remember.
I'm trying to remember back to a couple of weeks ago when the question was who played for Leeds and Plymouth. Interesting.
I've not got a clue.
I'm totally going to just look at the... Oh, damn it. Was it Norwich that I did it for? Oh, you motherfuckers. Oh, no, I didn't do it for Plymouth.
Oh,
Albert Tatlock. Fucking hell. Oh, let me go back. Can you remember when we played Plymouth in the league at Ellen Road?
It was back in late November, was it?
Let's see if I've got the answers.
I don't think we did it. I don't think there's been enough.
Gone back to October. If I ain't got it here, we definitely ain't got it. Well, it seems like we
How's
did
this
not do
subjective? They either played for both or they didn't.
Interesting. Right, so we've got Arsene Wenger did Noel Blake. We've got Benny Bumfluff. Is that the answer? Is it Benny Bumfluff? We did say Darko Giabi and who was the other one? Forshaw. Adam Forshaw. Tatlock is 6. No, Noel Blake. Noel Blake was the captain that day in that 1-0 defeat at Plymouth. Noel was a unit somewhere, but not in the 5. And ridiculous. Subjective in times. I see. Is it Forshaw and Darko Giabi? Out of interest.
Going to go through my A to Z Leeds players book. Might be here a while. I'm all out on this one, Russ. It's a good question.
Okay, I got 11 names. Is Scott Wooten one of them? Oh my God, Enoch Shoyunumi.
Shawumni.
Yeah, him. Yeah. Ian Baird, Scott Wooten. Yeah. Keith Edwards from 1980. That's not Keith. Tumani Diogara. Simon Warren, David Norris, Shane Lowry, Peter Swan from 1994. So that won't be him.
I remember Peter Swan.
And Graham Stack was goalkeeper for both in 2007 for Leeds and 2008 for Plymouth.
There we go.
We've got it. That would have featured as a question of the week that week if I can't remember what else I went with. Anyway.
I think that's when it was my question. When I was in with the book, but then that went out the window and it was actually called your question of the week. So we decided that you'd do it.
No problem. Well, thank you for that, Ross. It was actually quite fascinating, as always. Colonel Ward, how are you doing? He's in hospital with tonsillitis, I believe. No, you're more than welcome, Russ. Thank you.
Sore throat.
Notorious name, but the Sheffield Wednesday version. It probably is him, the same guy, because I think he played for Plymouth in '94 and Leeds a bit earlier. I don't know, but yeah. So Ben, I think we can call it an evening, really.
Yeah. Nearly 2 hours.
Well, of course, yeah. Yeah, I don't know how we made it.
Thank you, everyone, for joining us. Those who stuck with us.
Yeah, amazing turnout tonight. Really cool. So awesome stuff. Thank you for
Let's
that.
hope next time we meet, we've beaten Leicester.
Yeah, which, speaking of which, basically, next time you see us will essentially be to go over Leeds versus Leicester. Basically. Unless things change due to availability and that, it will be the same time next week or maybe a bit later or whatever. But the fact is, we will be here to discuss that contest. Because why not? And that being said, how have your days been? Busy, Leeds still shit hot? Well, yeah, we've been shit hot, yeah. And bye, lads. Thank you, Sam, for coming here. Ian, always a pleasure. It's been emotional. Of course it has, Vinny, Glenn. Vinny.
It always is, Glenn. Always is.
Yeah. Must be his son.
Different Peter Swan.
Would love a draw. I don't care what you love, Stefan. I want to win. Leeds to win by 2 or more goals. This is the kind of adventurousness I want to talk about.
Is Stefan the Cardiff fan?
I don't even know why I gave him the link. He's a Ipswich fan.
Oh, yeah. It was Cardiff fan because they've been shit lately.
That's Brownie. So,
Brownie.
They're good lads, really, despite my
No, I'm not saying they're not. It's not their fault that they support shit teams. It is.
I can't help it. You can't help where you're born, can you? Like, ultimately.
No, you can't. You can't. No, fair play to Ipswich this season.
Yeah, of course.
You'll never hear me give any love towards Cardiff, unfortunately, Brownie, but I'll give love towards you, sir. Just not your team.
Really. Yeah. Peter Haddock and Swan Jack. Wow, those are some names, blast from the past. But yeah, anyway, because if they keep commenting, we'll keep answering it, and we'll be here at 2 a.m. going, what's he saying about Ipswich, Leeds, and Leicester? So no, I'm going to cut it off here because I can't help myself. Can't help but respond to anything. There you go. Cardiff, woo, 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 and all that. So have a good night, everyone. Take care.
Good night, everyone. Thank you.
Yeah.
See you soon.